It's episode 10 of GrayVee on the City.
The GrayVee on the City this week is Liberty Village Dry Cider, which is gluten-free, and it also includes a calorie count. So when Gray got it for me, I was like, what?
What are you trying to tell me?
What are you trying to tell me, okay? Thanks, Gray. What are you drinking? Armed in Citra.
Yeah.
Who's that by? What brewery?
I haven't even looked it up yet. Let's see.
Wow, boy, oh boy.
Reinhard
what do you think this
Brewing.
podcast's for?
Reinhard Brewing in somewhere. In the stockyards at Reinhard Brewing? Nope, that's not it.
We're brewing the stockyards. All the stockyards.
Hold on. Hublon Levure? No. Oh, here we go. Toronto. I already opened the can, so I can't.
What did you say before? Hublon.
Oh, I couldn't read this word like all sideways.
What is the
Hublon?
word?
Oh, it's a French ingredient. That's why.
Oh.
The way it was positioned looked like it was like the address under all the ingredients.
That was amazing. Oh my god.
Reinhard Brewing in Toronto.
Yay.
It caught my eye though. Do you remember that website back in the day, Newgrounds?
Yeah,
they had,
Newgrounds.
like, cartoons and games. Yeah.
They had
The
like
logo
the
reminds me of
18
it.
plus section too.
I don't remember that part.
Oh,
I was too timid to go in there.
Didn't venture there, did ya? Whoops, clicked on that. Anyways, yeah, Newgrounds. They had cool games and stuff.
Yeah, and cartoons and
cartoons.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
being in early high school, I saw this video. Someone made like an animated cartoon to go with the song "Across the Universe" by the Beatles.
Oh.
I remember thinking it was so deep, but
Really?
really just a bunch of random stuff happening. It had nothing to do with anything.
So deep. It's so deep. Love it.
Yeah.
I know, that was the inception of the internet, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of the earliest websites I knew of.
Yeah. E-Bombs World and
Yeah.
Newgrounds, and
Yeah.
now we just have too much going on.
Yeah, no time to waste now.
No, I mean, like, there's so much on the internet now that
Yeah.
it's just like you don't have that, like, well, maybe you have that bond. I don't know.
It's always that nostalgic part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. What are we talking about today?
Well, COVID's slowly opening up.
Yeah,
places.
so
That's
we're
nice.
going to start, well, hopefully, we're going to start having guests soon-ish.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that every place that has people needs to take the proper precautions. So, unfortunately,
We will
it's
do
not.
the same.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, it's not as, like, friendly, I think, because it's our home and
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of additional stuff. You know, are people going to be allowed to use our washrooms? How do we deal with that? And also, this rank hand sanitizer that is going around.
Oh my God, yeah.
I feel like that's the only hand sanitizer that we could get, and it's so rank that I do not want it in my home. Like, I think we should just bathe people in vodka before they enter. Just
I even try like to avoid smelling my hands right after. Because you know
I
it's coming.
can't.
And then it still wafts up as you walk around.
And like, if anything, it's a deterrent for people to use it because it's so disgusting, right? So I feel like
I don't know where this stuff came from.
That's why they have people that like force you to like, they spray your hands when you enter.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you
No one
get
would
the
use it,
person
yeah.
that's just like, I'm pretend sanitizer.
Yeah.
You know, because it smells so bad.
People are already pretending to wear the mask indoors.
Yeah.
So.
First world
Saw
problems.
that at Walmart today. People
Right?
They're just halfway down their face.
Well, it's a tricky one. You know, if you have a long shopping spree, it's tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just didn't wear masks at all. But it's hard. I mean, like, retail places are, that must be the hardest thing ever, to like force people to wear a mask.
Yeah, I would hate that job.
Just, boy, we've reached such a peak of like
Yeah.
independence in our society and like, you can't do that.
Yeah. I wonder how many people are going to get fines this weekend. Everyone's going to forget.
I don't know. Only a few people, well, that I know of got a fine. Although, would you really report getting a fine for something, you know?
Yeah, you just hide it in shame and pay
Exactly.
it off.
I think that's like really, really shameful
Yeah.
thing. So you'd probably just not report on social media or anything that you got fined.
Yeah.
So we probably don't know how many people actually get fined. But
Yeah. What if they post stats on that? Probably not.
I don't know. Be interesting. But yeah, I think like you'd be like, oh, darn it.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose.
I was trying to think of a way we could bring the podcast outside, but I don't think it'll work with cars and wind and
It's so hot.
neighbors talking to us.
It's hot in here right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
We got to turn on our air conditioner. I turned off the air conditioner because I was like outside and I was like, I want total silence, which isn't possible because we live in like a housing area.
Yeah.
So it's like, cool. All right.
Next to a parking lot.
But there's something like you can hear that, like the air conditioning noise is penetrating.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that there's people that have solved that. You know, like
Yeah.
you could get a better
Well, I heard
air conditioner.
scientists made something called a metamaterial. So it's this really weird substance where the design they had originally tested was a circle, and inside the circle was some sort of weird material where it would let air pass through, but sound would not. Which is really weird.
I think
Doesn't
like
make
one of the
sense.
coolest things I had the privilege of kind of like talking about to some of the people that I work with is the idea of what do they call it? Totally forgot. But it's basically a house that is so insulated that you don't need air conditioning or heating.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So basically the insulation and how they do it is like basically it's at like a base level room temperature at all times.
Yeah.
And yeah, you might have like vents on the house and stuff to let air in, but apparently the insulation is so thick to keep the heat in and to keep the temperature like normal that it's also like mega soundproofing as well.
Oh,
But
that's
it's
cool.
interesting because I almost feel like a lot of the people that had that might think that they're living in like a cave or something, you know, because
Yeah.
it's so weird.
Yeah, it would be weird.
I think it would be an adjustment for a lot of people, but also heating and cooling costs. But the one thing that they did say is obviously it's based on a lot of different scientific principles. So if you have like a party and a lot of people come into your house,
Yeah.
then automatically the temperature in
gonna
the room
rise,
is going to
yeah.
rise.
That's a good point.
So there's different things that
take into
have to be
account.
factored in. Yeah.
That's
And
really
some
interesting.
people, I think that a lot of people too, like with those types of houses, passive heating, I think passive homes, passive, something passive, I think.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people with those types of, in those types of homes and things like that might not realize like a guest coming in might be uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that we've gotten to a point where we're so used to like being able to adjust our temperature so
So precisely.
so precisely.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know why I keep like coughing.
Yeah.
I like something spicy, but not really spicy because I don't use spicy. So it's just like totally mild.
Yeah.
But and my eyes are like watering.
I still
Or
feel
maybe
in my
there's like a
throat.
piece of like rice like stuck in my throat or something.
I
'Cause
still
eat
feel that
rice.
hot sauce in my throat.
Oh
I was
yeah.
pouring out this hot sauce I bought. It was really hot, but it didn't taste very good, so there's no point in eating it. So I was pouring it in a sink, and it
Yeah.
like wafted up and got in my throat, and yeah, I still feel
No,
it.
that happened. Yeah, I remember like a few hot sauces that my dad had like way back when I was growing up, and I just kind of like took a sniff of one and like, whoa, it can really
Yeah. Is your dad in hot sauce?
no,
Oh, okay.
not really, no. Yeah,
Damn, would have connected with him on that.
but yeah, what were we talking about?
COVID houses.
stores. Passive heating, home
That
heating.
house insulation reminds me. It's like a giant Yeti cooler.
Well,
You ever
that's
hear of
a,
those?
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
thing. Well, yeah, like when I went camping recently, and they had like Yetis. This Corksicle is not quite the same as a Yeti, but like it's a lot more insulated, right? Those
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
are the big trends: Corksicles and
Yeah.
Yetis, and there's something else as well, a Mammoth or something like that, and they're like super insulated. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's it's just something that it would take a huge cultural shift to get on board with.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm sure
And
it's pretty
especially
expensive
it's pretty
right
expensive,
now. Yeah.
right? Like if you think of new builds, like there's a lot of builders that
Yeah.
you know, it's paper thin drywall because it's cheap.
But that's anything that's new though. It's gonna start off really expensive and
Yeah.
eventually come down in price.
I think the majority of the people would already have a home and then maybe try and convert it
Yeah.
versus
that makes sense.
yeah. Or you get like, I don't know,
Yeah.
out in Vancouver, they might be
Never
doing
know,
that
like-
stuff because Vancouver's pricey enough.
Yeah.
So they're
Never
like,
know,
"Oh."
like decades from now, it may just become mandatory to build a house with that sort of thing.
I don't know though, because I feel like
energy
a lot of things that are good for us and the environment are also really bad for capitalism. So I'm fairly pessimistic about progress in the sense that when it comes down to like that, you know, dollar amount and whether or not people can and cannot spend it, then
I don't get that about like fuel companies. Like, why are they so hesitant to switch over to like solar and whatnot? Like, why can't they just invest their money and become the leaders in solar and they still have their monopoly going.
Because they think that that drastic switch would potentially cause like bankruptcy, right? Like I think that people are scared of like new things, and they think that, you know, something's going really, really well and I change it. Am I going to lose?
Yeah, the way, if it's not broken, don't fix it sort of thing.
Exactly.
From their perspective, yeah.
I think that people are really, really like adverse to like fear and change because change means that, I don't know, things that could go bad and it's unstable and all that stuff. So I think, I don't know, I think that a lot of things that people are doing are kind of like smaller steps towards a bigger step.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know, look how like food has changed and like the accessibility to different products for health and stuff. Like I feel like vitamins are one thing that's like taken, you know, a huge increase in terms of what's available.
It's true.
And even like, you know, herbal teas, what they can do for you and stuff. And the fact that you can buy like multiple varieties of gluten-free bread and, you know, fake meat and stuff. I saw something related to fake meat. I might have talked about this already, but it was like, it was by Light Life, who kind of like beyond meat type people, right? And it was like half plant and half meat.
Oh, I heard about that. I don't think you told me.
Did I tell you about it? We might have just talked about it.
I think I just happened to see a commercial for it or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, why?
I don't know who you're targeting with.
Why would you have half plant and half meat? Like, are there that many people that are indecisive about like their commitment to a certain diet? You know, like if you're gonna eat meat, then you might as well eat like the good tasting, you know, meat. And if you're gonna eat plant, then
go all the way.
You go all the way, right? Yeah. Like half and half is just. Remember when we were little? I don't know if you probably didn't eat it or whatever, but Maple Leaf came out with Top Dogs, and they were like the healthy hot dogs because they had like carrots in them or something. Yeah. Really? And so all these parents were getting them because like they were like, they had some plants in them. So they were like, oh, it's better than, you know, but there's still like nitrate and all this stuff. Well, and I mean, a lot of the stuff that's like fake meat anyways is not that great.
Anything processed is going to be not good for you.
Yeah, it's like, you know, fast food, but for a little bit healthier.
Yeah.
It is. Like I looked at a study and it's a little bit healthier, but it's still like fast food for vegetarian, vegan lifestyle. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what happens in a few years. Cause, I've heard like even just farms in general, there's only like, I think it was the UN that said it. There's only like 60 years worth of harvests left because the soil keeps degrading in nutrients.
Oh, so what would that mean for a vegetarian lifestyle?
Well, even non-vegetarians, like we all eat vegetables and stuff, right? Yeah. So
and
there's
animals need the vegetables.
Bit of a movement going on for like regenerative farming, it's called.
Oh.
So basically you take animals and move them from pasture to pasture, and where they're not, you grow food there. And then like a year or two goes by after you're done growing there, you move the animals back there and then start growing the vegetables and fruit where they just were. And you keep cycling it around.
Oh.
So they keep dropping manure and they're eating healthier themselves, so the meat's better for you.
I feel like that's, you know, something that probably should have happened a while ago.
Yeah.
But it's scary to think about it. I mean, if you think of, you know, cash crops and the devastation that caused a lot of farmers in, you know, impoverished and like rural areas and things like that, you know, the whole idea of getting these cash crops going and basically just sucking the land dry, I think is a huge issue, right? Yeah. It's scary to think about how even though we're making movements towards sustainability, is it enough?
Yeah.
You know, are we even going to continue with like these large farms? Or is it a matter of smaller based? Wow.
Yeah, it's a good question.
It's really stuck in there. I don't know what that is, but ever since I've been little, ever since I was young, I've had this awful cough.
Really?
This like weird. So if you hear it, I'm not dying. I am okay. Yeah. And actually, you know what? Most of the people that probably watch this already know me, and they know that I have this cough. But it's pretty scary to some people. It's also really, it can be advantageous because, you know, if you're sick and you want to go home, you just, you unleash that, no questions asked. Yeah. So we've taken a bit of a break in our podcast world.
It's been a little while, actually. A few weeks.
Just a much needed break.
Yeah.
With work-life stress and
Yeah.
and all things in the mix. But I've been dealing with some health stuff. I did a sleep study, which was pretty cool. It's very cool that you can do sleep studies at home.
Yeah, that's brand new, I think. Because my mom did one a few years ago, and she had to go into the clinic.
Yeah, and I think going into the clinic, like, obviously, you don't sleep well anyways. It's like an unsleep study. Like, how well do you not sleep when presented with a device that's put on your body? But yeah, it's cool that you can do it in the comfort of the home. I'm sure they hope for better results, but
I'm surprised they just do it one night. You'd think they'd want multiple nights.
That's what I'm always weird about that, because I'm like, you know what? It took me several hours to get used to
just having the thing on.
It wasn't even that uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was, like, just for people listening, it was like a little square device on the chest.
Yeah.
With a tube coming up that goes into your nasal passages to measure your breathing.
Yeah.
And then another cord coming up your shoulder, down your arm to measure your heart rate from your finger.
Yeah.
And
I have a cool post that I did. I threw it at the podcast page as well on Instagram. If you want to see the device, it's pretty cool stuff, but you wonder.
Yeah.
You're like, is this really accurate?
Yeah.
And my brain starts processing, and I'm like, I don't know. But are you going to sell me something based on this?
Yeah. Tricky thing with the private.
And it is. I mean, a lot of the times, if you have like a chronic health issue, a lot of the times the cures or the supposed cures are quite pricey, right? Yeah. I think that's the unfortunate part is, well, you try and sift through knowledge. You can, well, you probably don't want to add up how much money you spent. But anyway, so we took a break and we're back, and thank you for listening. And in order to get more followers and listeners, we've decided to do a little promo contest, and hopefully with also guests. Probably in August, I'm thinking, is probably the earliest we'll have a setup for guests. But as always with the guest structure, the way that we brainstormed it was, if you're a guest on the podcast, you would also be entered in to win one of our gift baskets. GrayVee gift baskets. Do, 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 do. That's their theme song. So you would be entered in to win one of these. So if you are a guest on the podcast, our structure, probably will reiterate it in August, but our structure is going to be that you come on the show, we put your name in the draw, and then after probably about, I don't know, 4 or 5 guests, we'll draw a name. So chances would be like 1 in 5, 1 in 6 type deal. Dependent on the price point of the gift baskets, I guess, too, and how many guests actually come on. But that's our goal. But these gift baskets here are actually just to get things going in terms of Instagram. Not so much Facebook. I mean, Facebook followers are always nice. Don't get me wrong. But the main push for us is followers on Instagram, and then also subscribers on YouTube. So if you already follow us on Instagram, but you don't subscribe to us on YouTube, then go subscribe. Take a picture of you subscribing or a video of you subscribing.
Or just give us a heads up.
Or give us a heads up.
Notification, but it doesn't always tell us who subscribed.
That's true. That's true.
So just send us
give us a heads up and say you did, and then we'll enter you into the draw. So we have 2 just to make it a little bit nicer.
One's
two
kitchen goodies?
One is like kitchen goodies. People that love, cooking. You don't even really have to love cooking. It's just basic stuff. It's cool balsamic glaze. There's some cool cheese knives in here. Herbsicle, which is basically would allow you to freeze your herbs from your garden.
Yeah, that's cool.
Olive oil, really nice olive oil. Did I say that already?
I don't know. I was thinking about
I was thinking about something else.
Something coming up.
Some of my handmade kitchen soaps. I call them kitchen soaps because they're made in the kitchen. And also I put herbs in them that are naturally exfoliating. So it's good for kitchen stuff. It's good for kitchen stuff because if you have something sticky on you, like honey or something, you can just rub that and it exfoliates your skin.
It's nice using that instead of using a little squirt of dish soap on your hands.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit tinier, nicer. And then we have some Emergent C, which is like vitamin C in a shot bag. Just shoot that back. COVID's gone. Yeah. That's it.
Gotta keep it away.
And this cute little eggy roundy thing for your frying pan, so you can make egg McMuffins. Or if you're, vegan, vegetarian, you can make spinach McMuffins. I just made that up. It's a thing. Spinach McMuffin. I'm pretty sure, vegetarian vegans make all sorts of stuff. They could make that. Yeah. Anyways, that's what it's for them. Mm-hmm. And then this is the party pack, really. I don't know. I think maybe with the home thing, we should throw in a bottle of Canadian wine.
Yeah.
Maybe because obviously everyone that listens to us is drinkers. So anyways, this is the party pack. So this would feature a lot of the drinks that we have already talked about on the podcast, our favorites. And then some cute little Lays and some candy, sparklers. Yeah, this is actually leftover stuff from when one of the prior podcasts they talked about being wine fairy. Mm-hmm. So this is some of the leftover goodies. So if you watch that podcast, you know what's in those bags, but pretty cool stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. So those are our 2 gift baskets. So basically you either subscribe to us on YouTube and send us proof or send us a advance notice that you're going to do it. And then we can watch the numbers go up and know that you're telling the truth. Or you can just follow us on Instagram. Yep. If you've already subscribed and you do follow us on Instagram.
You're already entered.
And you still, no. No, it's too much admin work. If you already do subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and you still want entries or you want additional entries after you do your stuff, then you can get friends to do it.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you can just send us a screenshot. Hey, I got my friend to do this.
Yeah, I recruited this person.
And we will obviously honor it, if you take a photo or something like that or give us a heads up. And we'll enter you in, and then you will have 2 separate draws on our next podcast or maybe, probably our next one. We'll see how things go.
Yeah.
We want enough people.
Yeah.
Obviously. So we'll determine when we're going to do that.
Soft date.
Soft date. Yeah. But they're here and they're exciting and hopefully it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
So that's our big announcement.
And as far as guests go, we're not really picking on who comes on.
No.
If you know someone who, starting a business or is an artist, musician, we want to talk to anyone, paramedic, firefighter, police officer.
Exactly. We're obviously, very left wing. Open. We don't want any
center
people.
Left, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Center left. We don't want any people that are, going to stir up.
No Nazis.
Yeah. Yeah, no. No, yeah. We want, like-minded, positive people. But if you have a story to tell, if you have something to share, if you have a chronic illness, love to talk to you about that. But I think that basically we're just trying to capture people of interest in Ottawa, and we finally are starting to get comfier with the idea of having people, and obviously it's based on other people's comfort things
coming in,
and and anything that you can do or we can do to help that out. We'll figure it out and we'll brainstorm. If you have ideas on how we can do it as well, and be safe and follow all the restrictions, then for sure let us know. Because as we both said, we're it's a new thing for everybody. So it could be tricky. Yeah.
But by August, I think it'll be better.
Hopefully.
I've heard there's thing about phase 3 soon.
You're allowed to have gatherings of, a certain amount of people and social distancing. So it really comes down to people's comfort levels and cleansing of.
Actually, I heard on the radio they're planning on sending kids back to school in September, so it's a good sign.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would probably be a little bit comfier.
Yeah.
You could even bring your own mic.
Yeah.
If you have that accessible and you're uncomfortable with using,
our stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Our goal would always be to have a guest that can, enjoy some of our beverages and things like that, whether alcoholic or not.
Yeah.
Cool.
So did you think of another dog?
Yes. So I think we're going to go with 2 options, either the Yorkie or the Maltese. What's it called? Maltipoo.
Maltipoo, yeah.
Maltipoo.
So I found an app a little while ago. It's basically the world's most advanced coin flip, is what I'm calling it.
Okay.
It's called Universe Splitter.
Okay.
So do you remember, I think it was episode 2 of the podcast, I explained to you the idea that if an electron, let's say, wants to go left or right, it does go both ways and the universe splits into 2 different timelines.
Yes.
So this app communicates to a lab in Switzerland. So you put in 2 options.
Okay.
Hit whatever the button is, split, and the app will tell you which universe you're in. So the electron will go left or right, and it'll tell you which one you went with.
How long does this take for the lab to come up with it?
I'm not sure. This is the first. I wanted to save the first for the podcast, so we'll see.
Okay.
So we decided
Because presumably this is a scientific process, right?
Apparently, you can email Eric at the lab to ask for proof that this is actually happening.
Oh, yeah. Eric, our good friend Eric.
I heard about this through a physicist named Sean Carroll.
Oh.
He's a,
Is he a Joe
physicist.
Roganite?
One of them, yeah. Joe Rogan guest. No.
Joe Roganite.
So we have Yorkie.
And a Maltese.
So we're deciding when the time comes to get a dog, what type of dog we want.
Yeah. And I don't know
Maltese.
when we're going to get a dog.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Right now we have a guinea pig and a cat, so that our hands are full.
Yeah. So we will get both, but we'll only experience one.
Yeah. So it's either a dog or a child at this point.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here you go.
I don't think it's going to be instantaneous. I mean, Eric seems to say that this is a whole process. So
We'll see.
if it comes back within 5 seconds, I'm going to be very disappointed in Eric.
Why?
Because I feel like it's not. No, I feel like he's supposed to be splicing.
I think they set it up all automatic.
Oh, he's
Set it hooked up to the
splicing
internet.
things.
I don't think he's just sitting there waiting for apps to ring in. Let's
I
see.
don't know. Splicing
Alright,
things
are you
into
ready?
different universes. Yeah.
Brace yourself. Hold on. Tell me if you feel
I
anything.
actually really care about which dog we end up with. So I'm actually kind of.
a little nervous.
Yeah. Is that it's going to space
Yeah.
to see which universe it is?
Photon emitted.
Oh my lord.
Oh, this is so cool.
Those are the lamest space noises.
Your universe just split. Did you feel it?
Oh my lord.
You are in the universe in which you should Yorkie.
Yorkie! Yeah! I wanted a Yorkie.
All right, well, we can screw other Vanessa and Gray. We're getting the Yorkie.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
And right now in the other universe, the other you is being told to multi-poo.
Multi-poo.
Multi-poo, yeah. Multi-poo. That's really cool.
I can just see you if the other choice happened and you were just walking our dog down the street.
Yeah.
You would totally say multi-poo when people ask you about the breed. Especially if you're wearing a mask.
It's a really cool app, though, because each decision you make, this is the first one. So it'll make this little map for every decision that you figure out.
A map on the
So just
app.
wait. Every time we're at a restaurant, you're like, oh, I don't know. Should I get Caesar salad or Greek salad? I'm going to whip this out every time.
So wait. But like there's 2 universes.
Now there is, yeah.
So one is...
So we're getting the Yorkie, but the other version of us is getting the multi-poo.
So how do you know, like, when the results come up, it says in this universe, you get a Yorkie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Because the machine we're in Switzerland is measuring which direction the electron went. Oh. But because the universe splits into 2 timelines, the machine is going to record in 2 different timelines that went left and right.
So wait, so in another universe, we have a multi-poo.
Yeah.
Is that other universe the same as our current? Like, is that happening?
It's exactly the same apart from that differential in timeline.
Where are they?
Where are they?
Can I meet
That's a good
them?
question. Oh, excuse me.
You think they exist?
A lot of physicists do.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently it's a pretty common idea now.
Really?
Yep.
That like
It's called the many worlds theory.
we exist in a different, like on a different planet.
Yeah, a separate Earth.
That's pretty cool. I have deja vu all the time.
Yeah, maybe you're tapping into that other universe, a future timeline.
Yeah, I feel like the person in the other universe also has like just way worse of a life. Yeah, I just feel that based on my deja vu. Because my deja vu is always about bad things.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I feel like she has a really horrendous life.
Yeah.
And also has been to a lot of dirty washrooms. I feel like
the worst nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If we are connected, if that's a thing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool though? Wow,
Yeah.
what an idea. Does that mean like the animals are the same? Like there's like a little Ray and a Cody on a different planet?
The entire universe is split. Yeah. It's not just our lives are split. The entire universe.
Wow.
And that app only costs $3, so it's hell of a bargain if you ask me.
That's amazing. I wonder if the people in the other universe would view that as a bargain as well, babe.
They might be having a totally different conversation by now.
Oh, jeez. I wonder if that app is available in the other universe. You should ask Eric if his app is available to multiple universes or just ours.
I imagine it's others, too.
And how would he do that? How would he put it on iTunes, App Store, or whatever? Mm-hmm. You download it from the
iCloud.
The iCloud. It's an app. What do you call that?
iCloud?
App
the App
Store?
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, how would he possibly make that available in another universe? You should ask him.
Well, it's just time, right? So I don't think there's anything stopping him from making it in all the other universes. If he makes it in one and then the universe splits, then it's automatically in both universes.
Oh, it's just automatically split?
Yeah.
But which universe was the original? Wow, that's weird.
That's a good question. Is there an original universe?
Ooh.
It's weird. They don't even really know what time is. Like time... Like
time is the worst thing ever.
We experience it moment to moment, but for all we know, all time exists at all moments, at every moment in time.
I wish that we didn't have I got the purpose of clocks and everything like that and alarms and you have to be somewhere at a certain time. But if you think about it, it's actually was just probably created by somebody, right?
Time?
Yeah.
The measurement of time.
The measurement of time was created by someone, right?
Yeah.
So... screw that person, you know?
Yeah.
I'll work when I want to work.
Creates a lot of stress. Yeah.
Yeah. I think time causes so much stress. And it's just I don't know. It's the whole daylight savings thing too. That wasn't created and we all know why it was created. Mm-hmm. And it was just basically this idea. But I think when you're growing up and you're little, you think it's just the way the world functions.
Yeah.
We fall back here. We skip ahead here.
Yeah.
You know?
Actually, weird thing about the daylight savings, we were just talking about sleep and whatnot. Yeah. Apparently, every time we lose an hour, the rate of heart attacks goes up by 25%. I think that's a percentage.
See, it's ridiculous. And this is the thing. So, a long time ago, someone got together and they said something and it worked for a period of time. And now it's become a habit.
Yeah.
A societal habit, and it's just I guess it still functions for farmers.
The daylight thing? I don't think so. I don't think they really need it.
Nighttime, daytime.
They can just change their alarm clocks if they need to.
Nighttime, daytime. But no, yeah, it's true. I know. Well, that's the thing, though, is you can just change your clock.
Yeah, just change your routine a bit. It's
so
fine.
if you want to participate in it, go for it.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be funny if we all had the option whether to participate or not, and then there was
no one would do it.
So that's why it needs to be either or.
I don't know if it was a country or something that decided they're not participating. Oh, I just can't remember.
So yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I had a coworker that was in Mexico for quite a while, and just figuring out when to connect and call, and her having to figure out how to do that. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because every place is different, and I don't know. You have to kind of adjust to the ins and outs. Anyways.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. So, episode 10.
In the bag. Double digits from now on.
Woo!
Imagine that.
And please, if you would like one of these beautiful gift baskets, please do
subscribe, come on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy peasy.
Not come on the podcast. That would be a separate surprise. But if you do want to come on the podcast, I will stop hitting my microphone.
One of these.
And if you do, just message us, and then there'll be a separate gift basket for that later on, and we'll draw names, and it'll be so cute and everything like that.
So cute.
But other than that, right now, just follow us on Instagram or subscribe on YouTube.
Sounds good.
If you throw in a like on Facebook too, that's cool. But Facebook is so restricted right now that it's not cool.
Oh yeah, did you mention?
Oh no, I didn't mention. Yeah, so we can't really post like alcohol stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's why probably a lot of our videos are not coming up, because we do showcase different alcohols.
Yeah, which is apparently forbidden.
Yeah, which is it's super nice on Instagram, because you got like the breweries and stuff like that following you.
Yeah.
But on Facebook, not so much.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like places don't have a presence on Facebook anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you do like us on Facebook, that's cool. You can throw that in too. All right, cool. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Episode 10.
See you next time.
Bye.